Welcome back to the Back and Forth podcast. I'm Joey Gallegos. I do not know where Matt is. We were supposed to meet here about 30 minutes ago and talk about. But we were. I'm late. Where were you? You fucking drinking again?
No,
What are you drinking?
No comment. But Back and Forth podcast though. Back and forth.
Matt was drinking again.
Not too much.
So carry it away.
A little bit.
Carry it away, buddy. You weren't drinking. Carry it away. But today, obviously, the big news is the Anthony Davis trade rumor, being traded to the Los Angeles Lakers. Matt, you as a Clippers fan, I'm sure you're gonna dislike this and come up here and start spouting nonsense. So go ahead, buddy. How do you feel about this? Because I know you're gonna be like, it's a bad trade. The Lakers lost. The Clippers will rise again. So go ahead. What is it?
Well, some teams have cap space available, some currently don't. But
They will have a 30. They will have a max slot.
I wasn't referencing that team, but that's okay. We'll say that for a different episode.
Clippers.
Anyway.
We have a max spot, but won't get anybody. We just like having them because they're cool.
Celtics will lose Kyrie and have no money available.
Oh, that's funny.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Anyway,
That's real funny.
we like to stay on topic here, back and forth most of the
Real
time.
funny.
So I'm going to leave this box empty for now as far as who won the trade. I do think, on all serious note, I think both teams chose a direction. And you'll be like, what do you mean? Well, Pelicans know they really didn't have much of a chance to keep Davis. They've known this since basically the trade deadline last season when he requested his trade. So they figured, we got to just start somewhere. And getting the number one pick helped so that they can obviously probably draft Zion is what we're all expecting. And I think they realize we're probably going to get Zion. Let's try and build around him. This might take a year or 2 or 3, however long it takes. But let's try and get a lot of these young guys and a lot of them developed and maybe try and be a young playoff team, maybe if not next year, the year after. And the Lakers also chose a direction by acquiring Anthony Davis and really sending out the message of we're in win now mode. I don't think they were obviously expecting to miss the playoffs last year, so I think that put a lot more urgency on the Lakers to get this deal done and at least get them back to the playoffs for the first time in 6 seasons. So I don't know if anybody necessarily want to trade. I'm going to leave that one reserved, but I definitely think both teams chose a direction, and I think both sides have their advantages on this deal.
I think both teams. It was a win-win for both teams in terms of who's going to win. The finals next year, it is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers. So right now, I'm going to give them the win. You have Anthony Davis. You'll have a $32.5 million max slot this season where they're going to get either Jimmy Butler, they're going to get Kawhi Leonard, they're going to get Kyrie or Kemba. One of those guys is going to end up in a Los Angeles Lakers uniform. So the Lakers won this trade, and everyone thought that next year it'd be the Clippers running the show in LA, but it is going to be the Los Angeles Lakers. They're going to be a first seed in the Western Conference. They're going to go to the finals, and they're probably going to end up hoisting that Larry O'Brien trophy. I would say it'd be the Warriors, but without Clay and KD next year, I just think it's going to be tough for them. Just for Curry and Draymond to carry that team that far. So it is going to be the Lakers, as of right now, won this deal for the fact that they're going to get a championship guaranteed next year. And after that, they'll probably get another 1 or maybe 2 or possibly even 3 more from a team with LeBron James and Anthony Davis. You're just not going to lose with those guys on your roster. And you're not going to lose if you add Kawhi Leonard. You're not going to lose if you add Jimmy Butler, one of those guys. So Lake Show is definitely back. They got their fans. It kills me to say as a Celtics fan to give them credit. But, you have to give credit where credit's due. Rich Paul, who I'm not a big fan of, I have to give an enormous amount of credit to. Not many agents, when their player requests a trade, not many agents succeed in getting their player to the spot where they want to go. Rich Paul successfully did that. He scared the Celtics away. He scared the Knicks away. He scared the Bucks away. He scared the Clippers away from doing a deal. And he successfully got Anthony Davis to Los Angeles, which seemed was not going to happen. Rob Pelinka, didn't shy away, put his foot down. He did something Magic Johnson couldn't do, negotiated the right price. He may have gave up too much draft picks, but he ended up getting Anthony Davis. So the Lakers front office did something right. they are going to convince Anthony Davis to waive his trade clause. I don't think they would even have to convince him. Just the idea of Anthony Davis as a player to have another superstar player be able to come is just going to speak for itself. He'll waive that trade bonus, and they'll end up getting a max free agent. The Lakers executed this perfectly. Rich Paul executed this perfectly. And again, this kills me. But the Celtics missed out here big time, and the Lakers won this deal big time as of right now. And they are going to, again, if it weren't for Durant and Clay getting hurt, the Warriors would probably still run the Western Conference. But not having those guys next year is going to have a huge impact on that team. And the Warriors aren't going to be terrible. They'll be a playoff team still, but the Larry O'Brien Trophy will be in Staples Center next year, and it'll probably be there, and they'll win at least twice in the next 5 years. So I'm going to go with the Lakers winning this deal. This is a humongous win for this franchise.
My turn.
Here we go. Clipper Matt. Let's go, Clipper Matt.
First off, the Lakers are not going to have a max spot because this deal, as we bet on, is going to go through.
It is
July
not.
6th.
Stop this. It is
going to go on. And the reason why is because the Pelicans want every right to that fourth pick as they can get to use as trade bait to get a decent veteran. Bradley Beal's been reported in that spot. They want to use that fourth pick as a trade bait, not so much to use it, but to use it as a possible trade deal. That to me, if I'm the Pelicans and I'm David Griffin, that's enough incentive right now to say, no, let's get this done on the 6th. I want rights to that pick. Because they know if they wait till the 30th, the Lakers still have rights to that number 4th pick. And okay, fine, the Pelicans can tell them who to draft, but they lose that pick basically for this year, that number 4 pick the Pelicans do. And I don't know if David Griffin's really going to want to sacrifice that.
They don't lose the 4th pick, Matt. It's literally as simple as this. Let's stop. It is as simple as this. Teams have done it before because of this. For players to waive the trade bonus. Teams have done this before. It is as simple as this. Draft night comes, right? Ready? Lakers have the 4th pick, correct? Because they still own the pick. David Griffin's calling. Who would you like us to draft? Because this is your pick in the trade that's going to be taking place when it goes through July 30th. Jared Culver? The Lakers select Jared Culver. July 30th. You know the Cavs did the same thing with the Andrew Wiggins trade, right? The Timberwolves, they were going to do that Kevin Love trade. The Timberwolves called and said, select Andrew Wiggins. They selected Andrew Wiggins. And on July 30th, when they made it official, they traded Andrew Wiggins, Anthony Bennett, and a future first rounder to the Timberwolves to get Kevin Love. Teams have done this before. It is not that complicated. If David Griffin was stupid enough to be like, okay, well, I have to wait an extra 30 days to get my hands on these young players, I'm pulling out of the deal.
Because he wants the pick.
No, dude, what are they? Okay, so they're not listen. They're not doing a deal with the Lakers. So what's the Celtics are not trading because they want to keep on to Tatum. So what's their next best of options? The Knicks. So you're telling me Griffin,
the Wizards for Bradley Beal. That's why they want
Bradley Beal. You sound idiotic right now. Bradley Beal for Anthony Davis.
No,
that's the deal you're going to do.
No, I'm not. I'm taking Anthony Davis out of the equation. He's already a Laker. Oh. I'm saying the Pelicans want to get this deal done so they don't lose the
They don't lose the rights. They get the
yes,
they can still do the trade with the Wizards
right now the Pelicans have the 4th pick as of right now. If they wait till the end of the month and to the end of July, they lose the rights to that.
They don't, Matt. Yes, they just call Los Angeles and they tell them who to take for the selection.
You're missing the point. The Pelicans are going to use that pick as a actual
pick.
They
can still use it as an asset on July 30th. You don't understand that. They can get Jared Culver and they can piece a deal together to get Bradley Beal.
They're not going to use the pick to draft somebody. They're going to use it to trade it away.
Oh my God, Matt. They can still use the player to trade as an asset to get Bradley Beal. That's what I'm saying. It is literally as simple as the Wizards can tell the Pelicans who they want to draft, and the Pelicans tell the Lakers that. So if the Wizards want Jared Culver, they just simply tell the Pelicans transfer that to the Lakers.
So you Jared Culver for Bradley Beal.
I'm just saying a hypothetical situation. Whoever the Wizards want to draft, that's who the Wizards. It's a hypothetical situation. It's who the Wizards want to pick. So whether it's fucking excuse my language, whether it's Jared Culver, DeAndre Hunter, Darius, whoever it is the Wizards' choice. So if the Wizards, by whatever means, think Jared Culver is more valuable, that's what they're going to do. And there's other assets that can be pieced together in that deal. Christian Wood, Jahlil Okafor, the 6 draft picks that the Pelicans just acquired. Here's my thing right now. You are simply coming out here and saying it's going to come through the 6th. The
It
Lakers
is.
are only going
Multiple reports have said it's expected on the 6th.
Woj says he would just
Woj,
expect
the
it.
LA Times, everybody's saying it's
LA
probably,
Times said that Davis would waive off the thing. That's where I told you I got that from.
They also said it would
Woj
come through on the
said
6th.
he would just expect it to happen so Davis could get his money. But Davis is going to waive it so they can get a max level free agent. And then when we were talking about it, you had the most ridiculous take coming to me, looking me in the eye, saying, oh, veteran players wouldn't take the minimum to come play with the Lakers.
You're telling me all these people are taking minimum contracts?
Listen,
How?
here's my pitch. Alex,
That's an
hand me that paper real quick.
That is an insult.
Hand me that paper real quick.
You're
Hand me that paper real quick.
insulting them.
Everybody. I want you
Insulting.
to pretend. Thank you. I want you to pretend right now, everyone watching. I want you to pretend as if you are a veteran minimum player right now. Okay? I am Rob Pelinka, the Lakers president of basketball operations. Ready? Here you go. $2.5 million, the veteran minimum. You get to play with Jimmy Butler. Let's just say they signed Jimmy Butler. You get to play with Jimmy Butler, Kyle Kuzma, LeBron James. Who else do they have? Oh, Anthony Davis, Rajon Rondo. And you're probably going to get a guaranteed ring this year. The Warriors aren't too good. So $2.5 million to be carried by these guys, and you get a Larry O'Brien trophy. Here you go. $2.5 million. And you get to live in Los Angeles.
You're telling me 8 different players are going to do that? Because that's about what they're going to need. Is about 8 players.
That happened with the Warriors. You saw Zaza take the veteran minimum. You saw David West take the veteran minimum. You saw DeMarcus Cousins, a 6-time NBA All-Star, signed for $5 million.
You're on crack. That's what
I'm on crack. The players have done this before.
You're on crack.
I'm on crack. You saw the same thing with the Celtics when they assembled that team. You saw Kendrick Perkins take a veterans. Kendrick Perkins, who was fairly in his prime, take a veterans minimum.
Not to mention
to play with the championship team.
You're going to convince Jeannie Buss to shell out more money for another max slot because remember they go over the cap. The ownership.
They're not over the cap. That's how they have a.
They're going to be.
How do you have a max slot if you're over the cap? How do you have a max slot over the cap?
Okay.
How do you have a max slot
we'll
over the cap?
Theory. They use the max slot. They still have to get other players to come off the bench. They can't expect 5 guys to play 48 minutes of all 82 games.
And they are going to. But again,
mathematically they won't have any money left after they use this max slot.
They'll have veteran. That's why there's veteran minimum contracts for teams that are already over the cap, Matt.
That's still gonna
and I believe as well the Lakers have a mid-level exception for the injuries they suffered this year, so they can sign another guy. What's the mid-level exception? $5 to $8 million. So they have that to bring as a 6th man. So on top of that, you get a veteran. You can pay a veteran $7 million to live in Los Angeles to be carried by a team full of superstars and get a ring. They have and they can split up the mid-level exception too. So if the mid-level exception is $8, they can split that up between 2 guys, $4 million and $4 million. JaVale McGee, they can bring back for a veteran minimum. Done. Rondo, they can either bring him back for a mid-level exception or they can use the veteran minimum on him. There's other point guards out there. There's here. I got to pull up the list. Here, I was just showing it to you. I went through all the guys that would definitely take that veteran minimum or even the mid-level exception. I'm pulling it up right now. I know Ish Smith was one of them. Okay, Ish Smith would take the mid-level exception or a veteran minimum. Darren Collison would do the same thing. Jared Bayless would do the same thing. Patrick Beverly would do the same thing. Jose Beret would do the same thing.
Patrick's not going to go to the Lakers.
I'm just saying he definitely probably would. Derrick Rose would do it. Jose Caldron would do it. Isaiah Thomas is already a veteran minimum player, so he would do it. Jerian Grant would do it. Shelvin Mack would do it. Tyus Jones would do it. Trey Burke would do it.
All point guards. So
there's your 6 man. So you need a backup point guard, right? You just said they can't play.
You need 4 other positions to fill out.
Okay, JaVale McGee is your big man. You already have Mortez Wagner coming off the bench. He's still a young player, has potential. Reggie Bullock, Lance Stevenson. Lance Stevenson got paid $3 million last year. He would take $1 million less. Matt, I just said it. That's their whole bench.
That's 10 players. So one of them gets hurt. Now somebody's got to play.
Guess what? Guess what? You want to hear the good thing about this? If someone gets hurt, you know what they get? Another mid-level exception where they can go on and get another veteran, Matt.
Mid-season. You're going to find a...
Matt, it appears you are a little salty that the Lakers are going to be running the show in Los Angeles next year. That's what I think this is.
Okay, I'm going to get into that in another episode because we don't have enough time for that. But I will. We have 5
minutes and 40. That's exactly what this is.
The Clippers
go over a little bit too.
The Clippers took a team of 5 All-Stars to 6 games and were Kawhi Leonard away from knocking them out.
All right. So you're telling me they're going to beat the Lakers next year?
Of course they will.
Oh my
Lakers don't have
God!
enough assets.
Oh my God!
Of course they will.
Oh my God!
You
God!
you
This man is on drugs.
You get Kawhi Leonard.
This
the
man
Lakers
is
are
on
in trouble.
fucking crack.
The Clippers would have more depth than the Lakers.
Oh my God!
Would have seriously. You put the put the Warriors team right now healthy. Kevin Durant, whatever, past season against the Laker team this season with Davis and James. The Warriors would swipe out that Lakers team by 20. Wouldn't even be close.
You just said
wouldn't be close. Not even close.
So
No
you're telling
contest.
me right now, Matt, please. You're telling me in a playoff series next year, hypothetical situation, they play in the second round next year. I don't even think the Clippers really get to the second round. We'll have to see what the Western Conference is looking at. Hypothetical situation, Clippers and Lakers in a playoff series. You're telling me the Clippers would win that series?
Absolutely.
Oh my fucking God.
Seriously.
You are a clown, Matt.
Wow.
Dude.
Seriously. The Clippers.
No, like, this is, like, I'm being serious right now. There is no way you think this.
Absolutely. Because I saw what they did this year with nothing. They had nothing. They didn't have a single all-star, and they had 2 freaking rookies in their starting 5. You can't make this crap up.
Your
with the
young
Clippers.
players are not going to be... Listen, one thing the Warriors lacked this year was a dominant big. DeMarcus Cousins, came back from injury. He wasn't his same self. Anthony Davis is going to kill your big man. He is going to have 40 points on 40 points on 40 points. LeBron James may have had that groin injury next year, but let's not forget, this is still one of the greatest players that have ever played the game of basketball. He is absolutely going to kill the Clippers defensively. Let's say it's Kawhi Leonard.
James?
Let's say they get Kawhi
LeBron
Leonard.
James, who's lacked defense.
I mean, offensively, he's gonna kill your defense. Is what I meant to say.
Okay.
Let's say even Jimmy Butler or Kawhi, both great defensive players and are known good scorers, and then you have Rondo, who is known for his passing, and always Rondo. You can always look at Rondo makes players around him look better. That is what he's always done in his entire career. Your Clippers will get swept in 4 games or 5 games.
You said the same thing about the Warriors sweeping
And
the Clippers this year.
Let's remember the same thing.
Sweep Clippers
Let's
this
remember
year.
the same thing. Let's
Didn't
remember
happen.
the same thing. Your games that you won were little comebacks because the Warriors got too ahead of themselves and they put Curry and them on the
A
bench.
win's a win.
It's not going to happen.
You
this
said
year,
the
buddy.
same thing.
Hey, remember this
about the
Remember this? Me as a Celtics fan last year. Oh, we made the Eastern Conference Finals without Kyrie and Hayward. They're for sure a finals team. What happened the next season, Matt? What happened this year? Celtics lost in 5 games to the Bucks. The Bucks in the second round.
Didn't even predict that happening.
No one saw that coming. And didn't even win 50 games. Next season's different. Sure, you had a good year with these young guys and whatnot. But remember, you had Tobias Harris there the first half of the season, and the Clippers had that momentum to build off that they were still a playoff team.
I don't see it.
The Lakers are the better team in LA. If they play the Clippers in a playoff series, they would definitely sweep them or beat them in 5 games. It's Lake Show running.
I just
LA
think it's funny
basketball.
that you say Clippers are going to get swept. You said this last time about the Warriors sweeping the Clippers, and they took them to
That's
6
great.
games.
They still lost the series, all right? Did you win the series?
I wouldn't.
Did you win the series? Did you win the series?
Did I predict them to win the
Did
series?
you get a trophy for
Did
taking
I-
them to 6 games?
I think it's notable.
Did you get a trophy?
I think
We
it's
took the
notable.
Warriors to 6
Barkley
games.
was wrong about it. Vegas was wrong about it, and you were wrong about the Warriors sweeping the Clippers.
We took
And
the Warriors to 6
and
games.
just for the notes, because everybody knows, I didn't
Hey
predict the Clippers.
Celtics! Hey
winning the
Celtics!
series.
We took the Bucks to 5 games.
Lakers,
Did you win the series?
Lakers can call
Did
me
you
when
win the series?
Lakers can call me when they
Did
make
you
the
win the series?
playoffs. That's what.
Did you win the
Lakers-
series?
Yeah. How
Did
about
you win the series?
Okay, Laker fans, call me when you make the playoffs. It's been about 6
They'll
years.
make it this year for sure.
Oh.
They'll definitely
No,
make
that's
it
right.
this year.
They told me last year. We got LeBron. Playoffs, absolutely.
Hey, Alex,
37-45.
Alex, what was the
Ridiculous.
Lakers record before LeBron got hurt? Wasn't it 26-16? And they were like a 4th seed, right? Right? 26-16, they're
You're
a 4th
telling-
seed?
Stop it. Stop it.
Ooh.
Stop it.
They would have been a playoff
Stop
team,
it.
buddy.
Stop it.
Lake Show. Lake Show.
Celtic fans, this is what you have. This
Yeah.
is what you have.
I'm going to give them
This is
credit.
what you have.
I am not going to be a stubborn.
This is what you have.
This is the thing with
Enjoy.
me. This is the thing with
This is
me.
what you have. Your biggest rival. This is what you have.
I am not going to be a stubborn, bitter Celtics fan because the Lakers are the better team right now. That is what you're doing. You're a Clippers fan. You're upset that the Lakers are going to be running the show next year. That's all this is. That's all this. You guys are fine. You got great young. Like this is in all serious. You got great young players, and the Clippers will be a very good team in the future with guys like Gilius and Montrezl Harrell and Jerome Robinson. Clippers have great young players, but for the next 2 or 3 years, the Lakers will run Los Angeles. That's just the sad reality of it. It's the same thing with the Celtics. We got great young players. We're not going to do anything the next few years.
Said this. I heard this all the time when the Lakers first got LeBron. Clipper reign is over. Laker town now. It's not
it was
happening.
LeBron. Now they have Anthony Davis and a max slot.
And more excuses. They have more
different.
excuses. What they have now.
They have Anthony Davis and a max slot.
We'll see.
Anthony Davis and a max slot. Hey,
we'll see.
It's okay.
We'll see, bud.
It's okay.
We'll see.
It's okay.
Because we can talk about this all we want, but we haven't seen anything yet.
So
we can talk.
Matt, I will. Here's my bet. Here, we'll wrap this up right here. But here's my bet. I will give you $100 if this team does not make it to the playoffs or win 50 games.
I'm not. I didn't say. Did I say they weren't going to make the playoffs? The Lakers.
Well, I mean that's pretty much what you're saying. If you think the Clippers are going to be
no, because the Lakers are going to be in the playoffs. I will give them that, and it's a very big disappointment if they aren't. I will give the Lakers that much. They will make the playoffs. Out of the Western Conference,
it's the first time he's giving the Lakers credit. And yes, they will come out of the Western Conference.
So on record, Lakers will be a playoff team. That's as much as I'll give them right now.
All right, well, again, we appreciate you guys listening. Congratulations to the Lakers for being back. Showtime's back.
Wow. Ego.
LA is gonna run. The Lakers are gonna run amok next season. Got to give credit where credit's due. But and also appreciate you guys listening. Make sure you subscribe, like, follow us on our Instagram, Back Forth Podcast, and tune in to our next episode, which will be our NBA mock draft lottery 2.0, as the draft is this Thursday. So we'll finally get to see Zion Williamson's name be called. Much anticipated, Matt.
Thank you guys for watching. Let us know what you guys think in our comment section. I mean, we could talk about this all day, but we want to hear what you guys think. Seriously. Like, comment, subscribe, watch, share.
At the end of the day, we're just a bunch of clowns. We got to hear what you guys think.
I mean, come on. I get crazy listening just to his voice. We want to hear all your guys' voices in all seriousness. If you got something to say, let us know. If you want us to cover anything, let us know too. We do appreciate the support. Back and forth. We out.